Hey everybody, RC4B Man, and on this episode I'll be showing you how to make little Ocky straps. I'll show you how to make a 1/10 Snatchem strap and a couple other little tips along the way. So I'll show you how to make the little jig to make the little ends, and they're really simple. Basically what you need is paper clips and a little bit of hat elastic. So I'll show you how to make Ocky straps. Stick with me. So what we're going to use, we're just going to use a paper clip just for this first bit that doesn't have any powder coating on it. And what we're going to do, that paper clip, is we're going to make a tool that's similar to this. Now you see that little loop just there? We want to end up producing something that we can hang on to that's got the shaft and that little loop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use a little screwdriver. And once we make this little jig, it'll all make sense. So we'll get ourselves a paper clip and we'll bend it straight, and I'll show you how to make this, but better than this. All right, here we go. Okay, take a paper clip, straighten it out, and then bend it in half. So you've turned a paper clip into just a straight bit of wire, and then you bend it in half. When you bend it in half, just cross it over like that. All right, now we're going to slide the screwdriver shank here into there, and then we're going to twist this so it tightens onto there, and we end up with this. Put that through there. All right, trying to get it where you can see it. So twisted it up until that fitted, because that's that little loop we need. Now we're going to do the same again on there. We're going to twist this onto that, leaving that little loop stand. So I'll go ahead and do that. So now you can see we've got our first loop that we made, and then we're just about to twist it onto the shank. So now twist that onto there. Okay, hopefully you can see that okay, what I'm aiming for. Next one, we're going to put a little handle in this area, so I'll go ahead and I'll do that. And now see, I've twisted that little tiny paddle pop stick. So I did the first loop around the shaft, that's that one you see there. Then I did the second one around the shaft where it's going to stay on the shaft. Then I put a paddle pop stick in and twisted that in, so now I've got something to hang on to. And you see there, I can put the start into that little hole there, and I can wind. Now you'll see why I needed to get that sitting there. So now I'll show you the next step. Okay, take your paper clip, open it up in the middle, so you got the curve on each end. All right, on the smallest one, just want you to cut just a couple of mil off. On the big one, on the big end, I want you to cut smack bang in the middle of that. loop. Doesn't have to be perfect. Oh. So you'll be left with almost a full little one and almost half of the other big end. Once you get that, straighten it out. So it's relatively straight. Once again, doesn't have to be perfect. Now, by putting that straight end into that loop there, I can now wind this around the screwdriver blade. Once you've gone around a few times, turn it up 90 degrees. So now by winding it anti-clockwise back off, and that little piece comes out of that little hole, you're left with that end. Alright, so if you do that again, we'll magically have two. Alright, the other one I've got there, I've done it out of one of the white powder coated ones, so you can sort of see what it looks like one end with the powder coat. If you use the coloured ones, you can have them like matching. Last step, get your hat elastic, and I just want you to tie a knot in one end. And then tie another knot. Basically so the knot's big. So you've got a relatively big knob. Trim the excess. Just give it a little, just to fuse it together. Now, this end here, just make it a bit easier to get through the end of it. So, we're going to thread your thread through that spring, apparently. Alright, a little bit big. Threading the elastic, take two. There we go. Through the hook. Then thread the other one on. New. So you've got both of them on there like that. Then whatever your desired length is, simply tie another knot this end. Tie another knot. Go. Get it together, son. Far out. I bet you're glad I didn't pause it and just tie the knot, eh? Alright, so we've got a good size knot there. Once again, trim off the excess. Melt the end just that little bit, just so it sticks. And then when you pull these two apart, you now have an Ocky strap. Let's see the coloured, like the powder coated end, or you can just have the silver, it depends, you can have matching ends. But there, that's how you make a little scale Ocky strap. It's, doing them either with the powder coated ends or the clear, but they're both use them to tie down your max tracks, or might have a swag, anything really, shovel. That's how easy it is. So I'll go through this video. Hopefully it hasn't been too much of a mess up and you can actually see, but you basically get the idea. You need to end up with a shaft that you can wrap the wire around, and you need that starting point to put that bit through so it'll lock on when you wind around. Then once you've wound it round, by grabbing that with your pliers, twisting it, it'll pull that out of there, and you just form it round the pin. So I'll check the video out. Hopefully that worked out not too bad and you can understand what I've done. And the next one we'll do will be a Snatchem strap. Alright, I checked that video out and it looks pretty okay. You can sort of make out what I'm doing, so if you have to, you take it back, pause it, run through it a few times, but now you'll be able to make your very own little Ocky straps. It doesn't cost a lot of money. Next one I want to show you, when you go down places like the chemist, you'll see people that wear glasses, like myself, have this around their neck. It's got the little loops there that go on the arm, so when you take your glasses off, they hang down here. Now they can be anywhere from $1 to $1.90, but theoretically, you got yourself already got loops, you've already got something there, and nylon, nice and strong, so you're halfway there to a tow rope. So just using anything like a little bit of coat hanger wire, any little bit of wire, because over a small thing, over a small area, even though it's only small wire, it is quite strong. So you can make a couple of little hooks. You can make obviously better ones than these. I just knocked a couple up and then affix them there. So now you've effectively got yourself a tow rope for not a lot of money. Alrighty, so that's just another little hint, a little tip that worked out. So we've got Ocky straps on the cheap. We've got tow rope on the cheap. Next one I want to show you is the Snatchem strap. That's the one that uses, it's like a big rubber band. If you get bogged as the other one takes off, that initial force builds up like a big rubber band and then helps it to break free without having that big impact, ripping bull bars off and things. So stick with me and I'll show you how to make your own little 1/10 Snatchem strap. Here we go. All right, ready to go. Snatchem strap. What we're going to use for that, we're going to use braided elastic. That could be back to front, but anyway, that's all right. It's braided elastic. It's like a flat. There's a piece of it there, so see it's flat. So you just cut yourself a piece of that you think will be long enough for your Snatchem strap, and then instead of using the white hat elastic like I did on the Ocky strap, we're just going to use a dark coloured one. So one strip of this and two of those, all of the same length. So what I want you to do now, get them all up the end up there, basically tie a knot. I'll pause this and tie the knot. All right, there we go. So we got just tied a knot, a little bit of dag end, and then that's just the other end of it there, all just hanging out. All right, now up this end up here, because we're going to have a hook at each end. Now, one that I made ages ago, I just had that random hook I had, and then I just made another one, so that's what I did on this one here. What I'm going to do on this one here, when I make it, I'm going to try and be fancy and put a little D-shackle in each end. Clip it on. However, you can still get away with just making your own hooks. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't cost a lot of money. All right. What I'll do now is I'll shut this off so I don't bore you while I fumble, and I'll affix the D-shackle onto the end of this, and that'll be the next stage. All right, so I've got the D-shackle tied on. Just going to get rid of a few daggy bits. Like, I know you love watching me do this. You probably can't even see what I'm doing. All right, drop on that. There we go. Just clean that up. All right, so basically I've got that D-shackle there, and it's tied on nice. Now, the next step is to affix something like these long nose pliers in the lounge, so I can anchor that, and then we can braid this. So I'll just get this worked out, drop that down there, and I'll show you the next step. All right, look, I've just jammed my pliers down here in the lounge, put that D-shackle over the end, and now we've got the 3 bits. Now, there's no rhyme or reason. I just want you to start plaiting these. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing there. Just keep plaiting. Once you've got a little bit done, pull it up a little bit, and then just start plaiting again. You've only got 3, so you can't really go wrong. If you keep a little bit of tension on it, you can sort of get it to stretch out. Keep plaiting on it. I thought I'd just keep this in so you can just see. None of this has to be perfect in any way. All you want to do is just get a good wrap. Get a good wrap so they're twisted around each other without too much tension on one more than the other. Bear with me here, folks, we're nearly done. And here like this. Okay, so we're getting close to the end now. What we're going to do now is we're going to tie this off. Now you've got that to that point there. Now we're basically just going to tie this off. But you're glad I didn't pause it. I wouldn't want to be missing out on this, would you? Let me pause. Alright, after a bit of a battle, we got that tied off. What I'll do now is I'll fit a D-shackle onto this end, and then we'll take it from there. Alright. So you got your braided strap, and in this instance, I'll put 2 D-shackles on the end, because on that, where this will be going, it hooks onto hooks. We've got hooks, I've got toe hooks, so that's the reason for that. As I said before, you can make your own hooks, you can do however, you can probably even buy clips, which this one was. You can push the little lever down and clip it on, so maybe it won't fall off. However, it's an effective little strap. I've used them before. You can make them for as long as you want to. That at full strength is probably a little bit longer than a 1/10 crawler, so that's you probably don't want a great deal, but then again, you might want a long one so you're not in the mud when your mate's needing to get pulled in. Anyway, look, I hope that that's helped. Just a few little tips, little ideas that don't cost a lot of money. So, Snatchem strap, nice cheap tow rope, and your homemade bungee straps. So, another one here somewhere. Anyway, there's a couple of little ideas. I hope that it works out. I hope those videos weren't too sort of hard to sort of see, but I looked at it and it seemed okay. So, anyway, good luck with it. We can always go back and pause it and check it out. But anyway, that's a couple of little ones that I've come up with over the time, and yeah, it's not too bad. Gets you out of trouble. Those little Ocky straps, I've made lots of those, and then they're really, really handy. Over a period of time, the elastic does get a bit how's your father, but that usually takes about a year. So, yeah. All right. Won't keep waffling on. Glad I could show those. Keep an eye out on your friends. Keep an eye out on your family. If you're having a bit of trouble, don't forget to sing out. Ask for help. It's lots of people, lots of friends, lots of family, lots of individual businesses and places like Lifeline and Beyond Blue. Everyone nowadays is out to help as much as they can. I think there's a lot of it there. So, yeah, it's not like it's anything unusual. So, yeah, don't forget to reach out, look after your mental health, and keep an eye on your friends. And until next we meet, RC4B Man. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody. Just remember, now there's another product. It's this like builder's twine or builder's line. It's like a nylon line. In a future episode, we're going to have a bit of a chat about winches and how to have exceptionally long winch ropes. Every now and then, when you have those sort of days, it's sort of handy to have. So, but I also just wanted to mention that as well, because when it comes to making tow ropes, this line, might be thin, but it's incredibly strong. And so you can sort of basically do the same with this. I haven't got one made at the moment, but hey, that'll be another little option I can do. It's just a case of making a nice end, and then might have to have a look and see how to make a really nice hook on the cheap that doesn't cost a lot of money. All right, just wanted to thing up there, and we'll have one coming up with winches soon. So, all right, thanks again. Tune in next time, and we'll see what we're doing then. Bye for now.